So in this video, we're going to break down everything that just happened: the capital raise, the acquisition, the Mastercard pilot, the European stablecoin news, and the XRPL growth, and how this all ties directly into the macro shift we have been preparing for. Let's get into it. Good morning, XRP Army. Thank you for joining me. As always, if this is your first time on the channel, kick your feet up, relax, and enjoy yourself. But if it's your second time, you know it's time for payment. You need to hit subscribe, smash the like button, and leave a comment. Let me know you are here. I appreciate every single one of you. Let's hop into the chart. All right, taking a look at the chart, we're currently at 228.1 and our resistances and supports are still the same. We are currently trying to bust through 248, but in the near term, we need to get over 234 first. However, on the bottom end, on our support side, 220 is our key level of support. If we lose 220, we could fall all the way down to 210 and then to $2. But hopefully we don't have to worry about that, and we continue our move upward after all the positive news from yesterday. And I will waste no time. We had this big run up here right after the announcement of Ripple's newest acquisition. Ripple acquires crypto wallet firm Palisade to expand institutional payments business. With this acquisition, Ripple aims to provide quickly deployable wallets to boost fintech and corporate crypto payments, President Monica Long said in an interview. So Ripple is buying the crypto wallet and custody firm Palisade to boost real-time custody and payments for fintechs and corporates. The acquisition adds fast, scalable wallet tech to Ripple's institutional custody offering. This is Ripple's fourth acquisition this year after buying prime broker Hidden Road, stablecoin infrastructure firm Rail, and corporate treasury management platform G Treasury. Think about that. Earlier, I played a video and Brad Garlinghouse was talking about aggressive expansion, and now's the time. And I think the big reason for that, and of course they're not going to say it, they're the only cryptocurrency with regulatory clarity right now. So they're pretty much the only one who can go out and do these things. And they are just building and building and building. And they have put themselves in place to have the largest infrastructure of any cryptocurrency out there for when regulation is live. And we're starting to see that happen in real time. And we're going to tie into it. You'll see. Ripple, the blockchain tech firm closely associated with XRP Ledger, XRP Network, said on Monday it has acquired crypto wallet provider Palisade to expand institutional custody and payments offering. Palisade's wallet as a service platform will be integrated into Ripple Custody, a product designed for banks and corporates handling digital assets, stablecoins, and tokenized real-world assets. So this is going to be a major infrastructure piece for the giant banks when it comes to real world assets and stablecoins, which they have ramped up majorly in the last year. Ripple said Palisade brings tools to high speed, high frequency use cases like on-off ramps or enterprise payment flows, where users need more secure wallets that can be created, deployed quickly. The tech also supports multiple blockchains and can interact with decentralized finance protocols. So it can go with TradFi and DeFi. They're creating a bridge. That's what they've been doing this whole time. Ripple's broader strategy is to build a crypto-native alternative to traditional financial infrastructure. That includes cross-border payments, liquidity, stablecoin issuance. Increasingly, the tools need to manage assets securely. Ripple said it now holds 75 regulatory licenses globally and supports banks such as BBVA, DBS, and Associate General Crypto Division. So this is another piece of the puzzle. They have built out their entire infrastructure. All they need now is the Fed master account and their bank charter. That's it. And they are plugged into everything. And I saw an interview. I wish I would have clipped it. I didn't. But I saw an interview what Brad was doing in Crypto in America. I definitely suggest you go watch it. It's a little dry, but there's some good information in there. But he was talking about that he thinks they're going to cool it on acquisitions for a little bit after this announcement. And really, if you think about it, they're plugged into every single piece of infrastructure. But that being said, so what have I been saying since the beginning? When the money starts to flow, the price will go. And I have some serious info for you here. XRP Ledger activity explodes as real-world assets and stablecoins unlock billions in value. Transaction volume on the XRP Ledger has surged by more than 80% in the past 30 days as tokenized real-world assets and stablecoins drive heavy on-chain activity. What's happened in the last 30 days? Larry Fink's been talking about real-world asset tokenization. Everyone's been talking about real-world asset tokenization. What else has happened in the last 30 days? Ripple took RLUSD from 800 million to $1 billion in the last 30 days. In raw terms, XRPL processed over 885 million worth of transfers during that period. These figures coincide with major corporate treasury moves and signal deepening of institutional use. Surge in XRPL ledger volume data compiled by crypto analysts confirms the jump in XRPL traffic in late October. Binance Full noted that both real-world asset and stablecoin volumes on the XRP ledger had spiked by roughly 80% over the previous month. This translated into almost 885 million in asset transfers. On-chain metrics show the network now supports 22 tokenized real-world assets and 5 stablecoins. The total market value of these assets has reached about 650 million, with real-world assets alone accounting for roughly 365 million and stablecoins at 283 million. Think about when real-world asset tokenization went live. Okay, think about how recently that was. And we are already up to 365 million on the XRP ledger in transactions happening right now, this month. Key tokens include OpenEden's US Treasury bill vault and other tokenized securities, together exceeding 200 million. Investors note that XRPL's technical design, including built-in decentralization exchange and near-instant settlement, is well-suited for high-volume asset tokenization, as Ripple's Marcus Infinger noted, the ledger's low fees and fast finality make it ideal for tokenized instruments such as T-bills. In practice, this is already playing out. On-chain real-world asset transfer count and value are climbing, reflecting growing demand on traditional finance for blockchain-based treasury products. Who else can offer this right now? What other blockchain can offer this right now? And what other blockchain has the amount of connections that Ripple has? Think about it. So what else do we have? XRP Ledger records sharp rise in transactions despite its October drop. XRP Ledger saw an 8.9% rise in daily transactions and a 51.1% surge in NFT activity during Q3, but October brought challenges. So price dipped, but XRP Ledger is increasing. Think about it. XRP Ledger recorded 8.9% increase in average daily transactions during Q3 2025, rising from 1.6 million to 1.8 million. NFT activity on the platform surged 51.1% quarter over quarter, with average daily NFT transactions jumping from 50,400 to 76,100. Average daily NFT mint transactions climbed 70% during the quarter, increasing from 37,800 to 64,600. Active sender addresses on the XRP Ledger grew 15%, from 21,900 to 25,300, while total new addresses surged 46.3% to 447,000. XRP token closed Q3 at an all-time high of 285, representing a 27.2% quarterly gain and outperforming major cryptocurrencies, which we had a major crash, we know. The XRP Ledger recorded increased network activity during the third quarter of 2025. According to the Messari report, daily transactions rose 8.9%, while NFT activity jumped 51.1% during the period. The network also saw strong growth in user addresses and engagement metrics. Think about the level of growth in Q3 they just had as adoption has been ramping up, and we are getting more adoption. This is going to increase, my opinion, not financial advice, but this rate of adoption and this rate of usage, this is usage, okay? This is happening, is going to increase. And as it increases, the price is going to go up because it's going to create demand for the asset. This is what we've been waiting for. They're turning on the pipes. It's trickling now, but it is turned on. XRP Ledger shatters records with explosive 364 million real-world asset surge in Q3. XRP Ledger ended Q3 with a record 364.2 million in tokenized real-world assets, a 215% surge quarter over quarter. So they're growing real-world assets at 215% every quarter, guys. The rate of adoption is so fast, it's mind-blowing. The amount of transactions is increasing dramatically as far as real world assets, tokenization, all that. But what about payments, right? So Ripple's RLUSD to power Mastercard credit card settlements on the XRP Ledger. Here we go. Behind the scenes plumbing happening. Mastercard's going to be settling on XRP Ledger. The pilot unveiled at Swell 2025 positions regulated stablecoins like RLUSD as fast, compliant rails for fiat card payments. So this is key. I'm going to put this in here. Positions regulated stablecoins. These are the people who follow and meet the Genius Act. Okay, so there's going to be a huge demand for stablecoins that have legitimacy. And guess what? RLUSD is the most vetted stablecoin on the market. We're going to see a lot of this. This is why they created it the way they did. Ripple is teaming up with Mastercard, WebBank, and crypto exchange Gemini to test using its RLUSD stablecoin to settle fiat credit card transactions over the public blockchain. The initiative announced at Ripple Swell 2025 event on Wednesday aims to show how regulated stablecoins can streamline traditional financial infrastructure without sacrificing compliance or safety. So they are integrating into the regular you and me payment system now. So people are going to be able to make credit card payments on the XRP Ledger. It's going to unlock everything globally. This is massive, man. So they're literally plugging into every single part of finance. And to give you even more proof of that, Citadel Securities and Fortress take stakes in Ripple at a $40 billion valuation. They invested $500 million, underlines appetite for stablecoin payment sector. Ripple has raised $500 million from investors, including Ken Griffin, Citadel Securities, and Fortress Investment Group, valuing the stablecoin company at $40 billion. The fundraising highlights the demand among investors. Stablecoin groups or traditional financial institutions increasingly view digital tokens as an important new form of payment. The U.S. under Donald Trump has embraced crypto industry. Congress passed landmark rules overseeing stablecoin sector this year, paving the way for traditional Wall Street players to be more involved with the tokens. So, for some context for all of you, okay, I want you to think about this. This has been a very, very large rate of growth on stablecoins because we got the Genius Act. When we get the Clarity Act, we're going to see the same kind of ramp up for the utility tokens, which is exactly what XRP has been positioning itself for, I believe. I think that's why they have been so aggressive with expansion and infrastructure, because I believe their goal is when they get clarity, when they get the Clarity Act for crypto, all of these banks are going to be willing to jump in, and they want to be sitting there waiting with all the infrastructure ready to go. That's my opinion, and it's genius if that's what they're doing. The fact they had the capital to do it is amazing. But I mean, they have positioned themselves perfectly for when these pipes start to flow, and they are already starting to flow. The investment round from big traditional financiers highlights their increasing appetite for crypto companies now that the industry has become more acceptable thanks to Trump's government, which has made crypto a strategic national focus, which it should be. XRP network surges as new wallets soar. Could this signal a bullish reversal for the price? Crypto market is trying to recover from the latest crash, which has broken the levels maintained for the last 6 months and times when the top two tokens, Bitcoin and Ethereum, plunged below the October lows. XRP price has rebounded more than 12% from the November lows. This could happen with immense bullish support, which has been reflected in the trading volume as well. This suggests a rising interest of the market participants, keeping the bullish possibilities higher. XRP network growth has its highest level since January. The XRP Ledger is seeing a massive surge in new wallet creation, marking its highest network growth since January 2025. According to on-chain data, over 21,595 new XRP wallets were created in 24 hours. Ripple Swell. So 21,600 new wallets were created in 48 hours, signaling renewed interest and potential accumulation among users. This spike as network activity arrives as XRP price continues to consolidate near key support levels, leaving traders speculating whether this on-chain momentum could fuel the next price rebound. And they're highlighting, I don't even know what they're highlighting. Oh, that's the wallets. That's the wallet user. Look at that spike in wallet creation during Ripple Swell. That is massive. Oh my gosh. And that is everything, and it was everything. There's a lot of news, and I have been talking, things I've been saying. In order for the price to go, money needs to flow. Price is short-term noise, utility is destiny, and all of this is lining up. I have been waiting and screaming and waiting for the plumbing to connect and the pipes to turn on, and it is now starting to trickle. We have real-world adoption, real-world use, ramping up of tokenized assets, ramping up of stablecoins, and the more that is transacted on the XRP Ledger, the more XRP is going to be used and create a need and supply and demand caveat for XRP. These are the things that are going to skyrocket XRP. So the more it gets used, the higher this price is going to go, the higher the demand for the asset will be. My opinion, not financial advice. So to me, it is inevitability. It's a matter of when. It's not a matter of if. We have ETFs coming this month that should help kick off the supply shock that we've been waiting for so that they can start using it at scale. Because remember, they need a higher price to use it at scale. And it's looking like everything is lining up for us. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, if you made it to the end, I appreciate you. If you made it to the end, I need you to comment utility equals destiny, because that's what we are waiting for. We are waiting for the pipes to flow. Remember, if you made it to the end, hit subscribe, leave a like. It really, really helps the channel. We've been growing at a phenomenal rate, and it's due to all of you, and I appreciate every single one of you. So until the next video, later.